to us from the two grandchildren of Prophet ﷺ, who are narrating from their father, who was the son-in-law, the cousin of Sayyidina Muhammad ﷺ. And Sayyidina Ali mentioned, the Prophet ﷺ was always smiling. He had character and affable, harsh nor coarse, nor boisterous, meaning a person who expresses pride, arrogant person. It was not him. Nor obscene, nor was he a fault finder, nor one given to trivial argumentation. So he was not looking to find the faults in people, and he was not among those who, when you talk to them, all they do is like argue. They like to argue. He would overlook things he disliked and would not cause others to despair of. He would simply avoid partaking of them. He forsook three things for himself: disputation, the superfluous, and matters that did not concern him. He also forsook respect to people. He would not find fault with anyone. He would not condemn anyone, and he would not pry into the private affairs of others. Sometimes people are very instigating. They want to know what goes on in your family. They want to know what goes on in your life. And we're talking about those people who don't necessarily have a good intention behind, right? Or who just want to stick their nose everywhere, kind of. So Prophet ﷺ was not from those people. When he would speak, he would only speak about things for which he hoped in a reward from Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Imagine if we would all be like that. We would wait, we would put our speeches, our words into a scale, right? Imagine if those words, they would be just to satisfy God. Whatever you say, it is to satisfy God. Imagine what a different community and what a different world we would have. So he said things for which he hoped in a reward from God. And when he would speak, those sitting in his company would lower their heads and be so still. It was as if birds were perched atop their heads. As birds, they were sitting on their heads. That's how much concentrated they were and respectful in front of the Prophet ﷺ. Only after he would stop talking would they speak. They would not dispute with one another when they would converse in his presence. Way to interrupt the conversation. Sometimes they interrupt the conversation in gatherings. Just to say it. This was not the character of the Prophet ﷺ, and this was not the discipline of his companions in such gatherings. So again, it says they would listen attentively. Attentively means they are paying attention to what the person is saying, and not just pretending that they are respecting the person speaking, but in their mind there is something else going on. They would listen attentively. The first of them to speak to the Prophet ﷺ would be the first of them to enter. So those who entered earlier, they would be the first ones to speak. He ﷺ would smile, they would laugh at. And he would express amazement with that with which they expressed amazement. We talked about this part of the hadith previously. This shows that he felt himself the rest of the people. In reality, he was special than anybody else. But the expression and the way how he interacted with people, speech and requests of strangers. And so it was that would usher them to the Prophet ﷺ. And he would say, if you see a person seeking the fulfillment of a need, then help him. This would